Ah, the 80s. A time of big hair, neon lights, an anime that was, well, something else entirely. Today we're diving into the wild, weird world of the 80s cyberpunk anime with a true gem called Goku Midnight Eye. If you're a fan of gloriously cheesy, delightfully goofy 80s anime that's peak Pulp Fiction wrapped in a surprisingly well-crafted cyberpunk noir setting, then this anime is going to become your soulmate. And that is just the surface. It goes hard. If you think modern anime is over the top, you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, modern anime goes hard, alright? It goes hard. But it will never go as hard as a midget in power armor riding a motorcycle woman who's also an exotic dancer, by the way, and shoots laser beams out of her fucking mouth. Yeah, they really don't make them like that anymore. Goku Midnight Eye is a two-part OVA from 1989, adapted from the manga by Buichi Terasawa. And it's like someone took all the 80s tropes, cranked them up to 11, and added a heavy dose of cyberpunk absurdity. But trust me, bro, that is exactly why I fucking love this anime. Let's start with the plot. It follows Goku, a private detective and ex-cop with a cybernetic eye that can hack into anything. But it's not just any cybernetic eye, it's a glowing neon eye that can control satellites and nukes, basically making him a god, because why the hell not? This premise alone sets the stage for some seriously over-the-top action. Goku gets this cybernetic eye after being left for dead by some shady arms dealer who's also responsible for the death of 6 of his cop buddies. But instead of kicking the bucket, he wakes up with this super eye, courtesy of a mysterious benefactor. Now armed with his new abilities, he's out for revenge, and revenge has never looked so flashy. The scenes are pure 80s madness. The whole thing is an action movie fever dream. I mean, in one scene, he literally pokes himself in the eye to break from the hypnotism of a naked woman with peacock feathers coming out of her ass. Only in the 80s, kids. Only in the 80s. There's another scene where he hacks into a satellite with just a glance of his eye to track down the bad guy and project his own image onto a jumbotron where the bad guy is to basically tell him, I'm coming for your ass, bitch. And the villains. Oh, the villains. They're as campy as they come, with maniacal laughs and plans that make no sense whatsoever. And most of all, not finishing the protagonist off and being surprised when he comes back to shove a metal pole up their ass. They're like caricatures of the 80s action movie bad guys, just dialed up to the max. Now let me dive into why this anime stands out. First, the animation. The hand-drawn style is classic 80s, which means it's full of charm, nostalgia, and that grimy grittiness. There's something so satisfying about the way the characters move, the detailed backgrounds, the vibrant colors. It's a stark contrast to the often too polished digital look of the modern anime. The action scenes are ridiculously over the top in the best way possible. Every punch, kick, explosion is exaggerated to the max, and the cyberpunk aesthetic is just mwah, chef's kiss. Neon everywhere. Future tech that doesn't always make sense. And a gritty dystopian vibe that screams 80s cool. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The plot can be, well, let's just say doesn't always make sense. It's like they threw a bunch of ideas into a blender and hit puree. Some of the storylines are downright bizarre, and the dialogue is so cheesy you'll feel like you're watching a B-movie. But that's part of the charm, right? It's an 80s anime. Logic isn't always the top priority. Comparing it to modern anime, it's clear how much things have changed. Today's anime often has more nuanced storytelling and character development. There's a focus on complex characters, intricate plots, and emotional depth. But Goku Midnight Eye reminds me of a time when anime was all about pushing the boundaries and having fun with wild concepts. Many modern anime tend to play it safe with tropes and character archetypes. We see a lot of the same kinds of protagonists and the same kinds of story arcs, but in the 80s, it was like anything goes. A detective with a cybernetic eye that can hack satellites? Sure, why not? Killer robot strippers? Absolutely. A woman with peacock feather implants that can hypnotize a person? Hell yeah! It was a time of unrestrained creativity, which is something I would love to see once again in modern anime storytelling. And before I wrap it up, I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate the music. The soundtrack is pure 80s synth, and it is glorious. Every chase scene, every fight, every dramatic reveal is backed by a soundtrack that makes you want to don a pair of aviators and ride into the fucking neon sunset. It's right up my alley, and I love every single second of it. So if you're in the mood for a blast from the past, which is equal parts nostalgic and insane, give Goku Midnight Eye a watch. It's a reminder that the 80s were a unique era for anime, full of bold ideas and unrestrained creativity. What's your favorite 80s anime? Drop a comment below and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.